Yo, welcome back. Um, I don't know why. Hold on, wait. I don't know why I just got mad happy. Hold on, wait. Alright. Yo. Welcome back. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another discussion. Welcome back to, something new to think about. Today I wanted to talk about change slash healing. And I say change slash healing because I feel like both of them really go hand in hand with one another. Like, change is inevitable. It's something that's going to happen, whether we want it to or not, whether we're okay with it or not, whether we accept it or not. It's gonna happen. So a lot of times when things in your life change, you have to heal from it. And this could be quote unquote good situations or quote unquote bad situations. Like, there's always something to heal from. And I feel like there's always healing that we have to do in order to better ourselves and really understand ourselves better. And change doesn't particularly have to be limited to one thing either, because change looks different for everyone. Like, change isn't exactly the same for every single person, because not every aspect of our lives changes exactly like everyone else's. Like some people, they go through changes of their sexuality. Some people go through changes of identity. Well, I guess those two could be grouped together in certain instances, in most cases. But change of diet, change of belief systems. You can change your way of thinking, and they don't seem as significant in the moment, because it's like, to you it seems like a minor change, but it always has a ripple effect. Every change, every decision that you make has a ripple effect. And I feel like this is something I touched on in the last video, but it's very true. Like any type of progress is progress nonetheless. Even if it's small progress, it's progress. And I feel like a lot of times people see change as a negative thing, when change is really whatever you make it. Like, yes, change happens. Like, of course it happens. Everything can't stay the same forever, but depending on how you respond to the change really make or breaks you. Because if you try to resist change, if you respond to change with negativity, with doubt, with just like being repulsed by it, like really trying to make sure it doesn't happen, or you're trying to control it, you're trying to control how things change, it makes life a lot harder. And it's just things get tougher, because you're not going with the flow of life, you're going against it. You're trying to fight against life. You're not trying to surrender and just let things play out. Like, I do believe we have free will, but I also believe that certain things in our life are fated. I think there's an infinite amount of possibilities that our story can go, but I believe that for each one of us, it all ends in the same conclusion. I just think that the path to that conclusion, or the road to that conclusion, can look in infinite amount of ways. But when you go with the flow of life and you just let change happen, you let change take place, you surrender to life, and you just embrace everything that happens, and you just believe that it's a part of some divine order. Like, your life is supposed to work out this way, or life is supposed to go this way. You find that life becomes a lot more fun, because you're really not questioning anything. You're just like, okay. You just live. You're not really worried about, the outcomes of certain things. You're not worrying about what others think. You're living in your truth. You're being authentic to yourself. You're being true to yourself. And you're being true to others. I feel like it shows. It reflects. In every aspect of your life, it reflects. The way you look, your energy, the type of people you're around, the places that you're in, the spaces that you're in, the conversations that you're in. Like, your life looks completely different once you really start to, like, hone in on what makes you you. Because I feel like that's what most change in life boils down to anyways. It's really like a test in a way. It's a test to see who you truly are. It's a test to, I guess, like, just see who you're gonna become. Because I feel like everyone is so removed from the idea of, like, what their dream life looks like, or who their dream person looks like. I feel most people wouldn't really know how to answer that question if they were asked to say what the perfect them looks like, when realistically we're already the perfect version of us, the best version of us. Because if we weren't, we wouldn't be the way that we are. Again, we all play a part in the world. We all have a role. Every single person serves a purpose. Every single person serves a purpose. And I think change, it's something that helps you find purpose. And when changes happen, it requires a lot of healing, which is why I wanted to group together change and healing, because I feel like, again, they go hand in hand. Usually change is difficult. Like, even though change is very essential, it's difficult. It's hard. So many people wouldn't dread change if it wasn't such a difficult thing to go through, a difficult process. But again, like, it's essential. It's difficult, it sucks, but it's essential. That's the only way to grow. That's the only way to evolve, to expand, and to truly find yourself. That's the only way you can do it, is by going through a lot of change. Like, change, it's really inevitable. Like, there's nothing you could do about it. accept it. Surrender to change and just accept it. But the fact that change is so difficult, it requires a lot of healing. And again, healing is another thing. Very difficult. Very, very difficult. And I mean, of course, you could always, seek out support systems and support groups, professional help. Like, that doesn't make your healing journey any less just because you required help. There's a reason why things like that are readily available. It's because, mental health has become a very, very, very important thing as of late. And I feel like it started because of when everybody was in quarantine. I feel like that was it was a very important time. Like, yes, it was very tumultuous for a lot of people, but I think it was a very important time, because for a lot of people it was a very big period of change, of growth. Because when you're forced to be inside for an extended period of time, and some people live alone by themselves, it's difficult. It's difficult for some people. Like, having to look in the mirror, having to be your own company. Some people are uncomfortable with that. And I feel like, in terms of spiritually and like emotionally, during quarantine, it was, for a lot of people, it was really make or break. Some people thrived, the others didn't. But healing is, I think, it's something that a lot of people are afraid to do. Because there's a lot of pain in healing. There's a lot of things that you have to, come to terms with. A lot of things that you have to grieve in the process of healing. Grieving past relationships, grieving old versions of yourself, grieving old situations, grieving old places. It really is, healing is a rebirth process. Because through healing, you really are rebirthing yourself. You're creating a newer you. Well, actually, I don't want to say newer, because it's still the same you. It's just, a more refined version. A better in tune version of yourself, a better adjusted version of yourself. But healing takes a lot of introspection. I think one of the biggest challenges, or what I would believe to be one of the biggest challenges for healing, is learning to take accountability and not blaming yourself. Because blame and accountability are two different things. Taking accountability for the way that your life has gone, and taking accountability for the situations that you've been in, and the relationships that you've been in, like, taking accountability for your life. Because at the end of the day, you're the one who makes the decisions for your life. Like, yes, bad things have happened to you, and you've gone through certain things, but I feel like the biggest part of growing as a person is realizing that no matter what the situation was, you're ultimately the one who got yourself in the situation. and being okay with that. You don't have to blame yourself for that. It's not like saying, oh, it's all my fault, I did this, blah blah blah, I'm a bad person. Like, no, you don't. It's not that. But just being able to be mature about it, just be responsible, be like, you know, this is a situation that I probably shouldn't have been in, but I was in it because, you know, I made certain decisions that at the time I thought were the best for me, but looking back, they weren't. But, you know, make that statement and then just live and learn from it. Live and learn from it. And don't just speak. Put your words, put your thoughts to action. If you say you really want to grow, you say you really want to change, then do it. Don't just sit around waiting for the right moment to become the person you want to be, or to become the person that you already know that you are. There's no need to wait for that. No need at all. Because you're going to wait, and you're going to wait, and you're going to wait, and you're going to wait. And then eventually it'll be too late. And I don't think it's ever too late for anybody to heal and to become a better version of themselves. But like, when I say too late, I say too late in the terms of like, you never know when. You never know what could happen. Like, again, life is not guaranteed. Tomorrow's not guaranteed. Like, even if you know, you actually keep up with your health and you do your best to make sure that you know, that you're healthy, that your body is running at tip-top shape, you never know what can happen. Life is very random. Life is extremely random. So don't wait to heal. Don't wait to become a better version of yourself, because you're just cheating yourself. Like, truly, you're cheating yourself. Because why not be the best you? Like, yeah, it's gonna be difficult, it's gonna be hard, but would it not be worth it? It's for you. It's not like it's for anybody else. It's for you. It's for the greater good of you. It's like it's to help you out. So, you know, why not do it? Life is exactly what you make it. Life is exactly what you make it. If you want it to be horrible, then it could definitely be that for you. If you want it to be great, you can make that happen. Anything you want. It's all depending on you. It's all up to you. It's all about you and how you choose to live. And how you respond to certain things, you know. Just learn to embrace change. Change is only scary to us because it's something unknown. You know, a lot of people fear the unknown because people like to have control over, or like to feel like they have control over their life. So when things change, it's like you're out of control. You know, a lot of people, when major changes happen, they start to spiral because they feel like they no longer have control of their life. They feel like they're lost. You know, they feel lost when the entire time, that's kind of the whole point. You're not supposed to know. You can't know. Like, it's impossible for you to know exactly how your life plays out. I remember watching a video. I forgot what the video was, but I remember um I remember this quote from the video that really stuck with me. And they said if you knew how your life was going to look already, or like the path that you were supposed to walk already, that's not the path for you. And that really stuck with me, because it's like, again, going back to you can't live like everyone else. Like your path is not going to be the same as someone else's. It's impossible. It's literally impossible. And it like, if you already know what your path is, 10 times out of 10, it's not your path. That's not where you're supposed to be going. You're never gonna know. You're never gonna know. I feel like that's the main point of change, is to really wake you up. Is to say, whatever illusion that you were living in before, it's over. And you have to accept that change. You got to roll with the punches. Like, it's going to be difficult, it's going to be hard, but you got to make it work. You know, you should be making life work for you, not against you. You know, really take time for yourself. And, you know, figure out what really makes you happy. You know, what really sets you on fire? Like, what's your purpose for getting out of bed in the morning? Like, what is it for you? You know, what is it that gives you that extra push? And then focus on that. Again, your life can't look like everyone else's. It could be similar, but it'll never be exactly the same. And I think people get fooled by that. Like, yeah, somebody's life could look similar to somebody else's, but it can never be the same. Never. You know, focus on you. Because when you heal yourself, you also heal others, whether that be intentionally or unintentionally. You heal others, and you raise the vibration of your surroundings. Like, you just become attractive to life. You become very attractive to life. Life starts working for you instead of working against you. And again, it shows. It's always going to show. So just stay resilient. Stay 10 toes down. And just weather the storm. Because if any of you are anything like me, or you know, trying to enlighten themselves like I am, I feel like recently there's been just so much change happening. And I'm sure if you're watching this, you could probably relate. You know, like, not even just my personal life too, it's just a lot of changes astrologically, a lot of changes just in the world. There's just a lot going on right now. But again, it's essential. It's difficult, but it's a necessary process of life. If we don't change, then we're basically dead. Because no living thing just doesn't change the entire time it's alive. From grass to trees to any animal you could think of, or any living, or shit, even non-living thing you could think of. Like, nothing stays exactly the same. They always adapt to their environment. They always make necessary changes that are needed to be made for them to survive. So if you ever feel like you don't understand why so much is changing, or why so much is happening in your life, just find a spot with a lot of nature and just observe the grass, observe the trees, birds, whatever it is you want to look at, water. Just observe it. And just notice how it's just there. It's just alive. Whatever the wind does, it does. Whenever you see a tree and there's a lot of wind, you always see the tree move, the branches move. There's never any pushback. Same with grass. Whenever it's windy, you see the grass move. You know, if grass gets wet, turns into mud. If a tree gets wet, the leaves will droop, the branches will droop down. Just notice how, like, in nature, there's no pushback. Every single thing is just going with the flow. It's not trying to think about its next move. They're not worried about, the future. They're not trying to hold on to things from the past. It just exists. And I feel like one of the biggest things that happens when you heal is you're not only healing yourself, but you're breaking generational curses. You're healing your bloodline. You're releasing demons that have been spawned throughout the years and throughout generations of your family. And it's a very powerful thing. Healing is it's one of the I feel like, in my opinion, it's one of the like major catalysts for spiritual awakening. I feel like a lot of times when you go through change and then you have to heal through that process of change, it births and it brings a new part of yourself, a new perspective, a new way of living, a new thought form, and it's powerful. It really is. And I feel like healing is something that also is not linear. Like the healing process and just understanding what it is that you went through. Understanding and also coming to terms with it, being able to accept what happened. It's not easy, because even if you think you have, gotten over it, or you've forgiven it, it could come back in a different way. It could trigger you again in a way you never expected. And I feel like one of the biggest things with healing is really trying to understand what it is you're going through, and being able to give yourself that patience, because there are going to be a lot of moments, a lot of times in your healing journey and in your spiritual journey, that you're not going to understand why it is that you're reacting the way you are to certain things, or why you feel the way you do to certain things. But you shouldn't look at it as like a bad thing, because it's presenting an opportunity to better understand yourself, and to better develop yourself, and to just overcome what it is that you're dealing with. And I think that's really important, because just like how your life can't look like everyone else's, your healing journey also cannot look like everyone else's either. Everybody heals differently. Everybody has different coping mechanisms, whether they're healthy or unhealthy. Everybody has different coping mechanisms, and different comfort zones. So just find what works for you. And once you find what works for you, start to do the work. Start to do the work. The inner work is a lot more important than the outer work. How you feel, how you think is always going to be the most important thing. Because your mind is a supercomputer. And if you have viruses on your supercomputer, or it's not running as fast as it should be, you got to figure out why. You have to fix it, so it's running at maximum efficiency. And so you could live a happier, a more peaceful, a more in-tuned life. Because I truly believe that everybody deserves that. Everybody deserves to be at peace. Everybody deserves to just live. I would say the best thing really is to just remember everything is happening the way it should be. Everything is happening the way it's supposed to. So just surrender. Again, I mean, I've said it before, but just surrender. Let things happen. Let things play out. Because you never know. The change that's going to happen in your life, it could be far greater than what you already had. You just got to be open to receive. You just got to be open to receive. But yeah, I think I got my point across. I think I got everything I wanted to say out. But definitely let me know what you think in the comments. You know, I wanna start turning my comment section into, like, discussions, because I would definitely love to hear what you guys think about, the topics. So definitely let me know what you think in the comments about, change and healing. How do you view it? What's your stance on change and healing? And if you're comfortable enough, definitely let me know, like, experiences you've gone through when it comes to change and healing. That would be greatly appreciated. But yeah, I think that's it. Like, subscribe, share. Like I said, comment. It would be greatly appreciated. But thank you very much for watching. If you got to this point, thank you very much. I think that's it, man. I'm out. Peace.